All right, everyone, we're going to be doing 3 videos for this section, okay? And the idea is that you do the homework problems for each video between each video, okay? So we're going to do some review of natural log functions, and then you do those homework problems, all right? So let's get started. So remember, or maybe not remember, we have 3 big properties that we're going to be using here. If we have the log of 2 things multiplied by each other, that's going to be their individual logarithms added together. Multiplication on the inside becomes addition on the outside. If we have division, that's going to become subtraction. ln x minus ln y. Okay. And the third property is that if I have an exponential, then that exponent comes down in front before. All right, so you should have already learned these 3 before, but we're going to be using them to do some cool things with derivatives. And when I say cool, I really mean cool, okay? In fact, there was one thing we're doing today that I had forgotten about, but I remember thinking, hey, this is really cool, but I had forgotten about it. And now I remembered, and I'm excited to share it with you. That'll be video 3. Okay? So, oh, I'm so excited already. You know what? I'm so excited. I'm going to show you where we're going with this. Eventually, you're going to be able to, by the end of the section, we're going to differentiate something like this. Okay. We're going to differentiate something like this. X minus 2 cubed times the natural log of x plus 3 divided by x times x to the x power or something. We're going to be able to differentiate something like this, no problem. And you might say, whoa, that looks terrible. We're going to have to use the product rule. We're going to have to use the quotient rule. We're going to have to use the chain rule. We're going to have to use all these rules multiple times. And what the heck? How do we even differentiate this? We don't know yet. That's some of the power of this section, all right? We're bringing it all out today. So let's get started with some stuff that's not that, okay? So example 1 is going to be write the natural log of 5 plus 2 times the natural log of 3 as a single logarithm, okay? So we're going to combine these logarithms. In order to combine a logarithm, you need the coefficients to be 1. Okay, so first we have to deal with that coefficient. All right, this is going to be the natural log of 5 plus, remember, the exponent can come down in front, which means that if we have something in front, a coefficient, that can move up to the exponent. So this will become the natural log of 3 squared. Well, what is this 3 squared? 3 squared is 9. So we have the natural log of 2 things added together. We go backwards up here and says, okay, if we have 2 natural logs added together, we multiply their insides. Okay, the natural log of 5 times 9, which is 45. Okay. And combining logarithms has some advantages. Separating logarithms also has some advantages, and we'll talk about what those advantages are very shortly. All right, second one, going to be write 1/2 natural log of 4t minus the natural log of t squared plus 1 as a single logarithm. So again, right, we have coefficients. They're being subtracted this time. We have to deal with the coefficients first. So 1/2, that's going to become our new exponent. We'll have the natural log of 4t raised to the 1/2 power minus this other one is already fine, t squared plus 1. Now there's a couple things that are happening here. Let's simplify this first one real quick. Remember an exponent of 1/2, that's the square root. This is the natural log of the square root of 4t minus the natural log of t squared plus 1. And now division, right? Well, let's keep simplifying. Oh, it's division. Natural log of first thing divided by the second thing because it's subtraction here. becomes the natural log of the square root of 4t divided by t squared plus 1. Finally, we could simplify a little bit. The square root of 4 times t, that's going to be the natural log. Well, the square root of 4 is just 2. The square root of t, we don't know that, so we'll write 2 square root of t over 2 squared plus 1 like so. All right, and this is how we can combine logarithms. We can also split them up too. All right. One more over here, and then we're going to move on to the next video where we're going to start doing some derivatives. All right, so example 3 is going to be simplify ln x plus ln 3 plus ln y minus ln 5. So we just use the properties. So remember back to your college algebra, math 1400 days. If we're adding things together, that means they all get multiplied. If we're subtracting things, all those subtracted things go on the bottom. So we can do this in multiple steps, but we really can also just do it in one step. Natural log of x plus the natural log of 3. Let's multiply them. Okay. Plus the natural log of y, multiply that too. Minus the natural log of 5, divided by 5. Okay. And there we go. Combine the logarithm. All right, so that's just a brief review. If you want more review of these, you can ask me. I have some online videos that I'm recording for my 1400 class, all right, which talks about this, takes much longer. But this is just a brief review before we actually get into the calculus. Let me know if you have questions.